I want to take a few minutes to walk you through how to set up your group page, which will be the way that other people can find your group as we promote it from the church, or you can point people to it, send a link out via social media or email to those that you know to invite them to it. But this is how they'll be able to see what you're studying, when you're meeting, and be able to sign up for your group. And then you'll be able to also continue to use it throughout the group if you want to post resources or to keep people in the loop about events happening in your group. The LH Groups team, will go ahead and create your group page for you. We'll get it started, and so we'll make you the leader of it, which will then that'll send you an email that looks something like this. Basically, it'll say you are now a leader of, and it'll kind of have a group name there that's related to you and what you're doing. So if you just go to the bottom here and you were to click that blue button, it's going to take you to a page here, the login page. Your username will be whatever email address that previous email was sent to, and then you may already have a login password from other things that happen in the church, whether that's giving or if you're on one of our movement teams when you have to log in. If you don't have a login, you can just click the Need a Password button. Once you do get logged in, it's going to take you to your group page where you'll begin to fill out some of the information. I just kind of want to run you through a few of the basics of your group page just so you can understand it and know how to use it to its fullest extent. First, here is just kind of a roster. I preloaded this. Yours will probably just have you, and if you have a co-leader, it'll have that co-leader listed as well. You can manually add members by clicking this green button over here. That's going to open up a dialog where you could search for somebody by name, or people can sign up and request to join your group. You'll have to approve them, but it'll be on this page where you would see if somebody had requested to join. You'll have the option to approve them or not. You can email your group members by clicking this little email members button. That'll give you the option to send an email to everyone in your roster. You just fill out the information, hit send. You can also choose to send an email just to a select few people by clicking those and then clicking the email button, and it will just send it to the people that you selected. That's your roster. The next thing you're really going to want to look at is go to the settings. And here is where you can start to set up some of the basic things about what your group page will look like and how it'll function. The first thing we want to look at is the name here. And so this will probably already be set for you, but it follows a very simple format. And we want to make sure we keep this format. So it's going to start with who it's open to. So this one's open to anyone. Maybe yours is open to women, open to men, open to young adults. You can kind of be as specific as you'd like to be as to what your group community or who your group community is for. Then you're going to have with who the leaders are. So maybe it's just one person, maybe it's multiple people. You can put all of that in there. If it was my wife and I doing one, I might say with the Corbins or something like that. And then in Glen Burnie, this is, just the town or the location where your group is happening. Now, with each kind of change you might make, you want to make sure you hit this green save button just to be sure. Don't worry about this part. The next thing you want to look at is this meeting schedule. And basically, you're just going to replace these brackets with what day of the week are you meeting and what's the start time of your group. And again, make sure you hit save. We really wanted to follow that format, and I'll show you why. Is when people are looking to see what groups are available, right now we have kind of all sorts of different examples. There's different formats, there's different things going on here. But when people are looking through the group, they see all the same information, right? So this is your title, what's in bold, and then here's your meeting schedule. And so if we keep everything consistent, it's really easy for people to scroll through and be able to identify exactly what's going on with each group, what it's about, who it's for, when it meets, and where it's taking place. And so if we could follow that naming format, that keeps everything consistent and a lot easier for people to find things. The next thing we want to look at is the image here. You can upload your own image, which is what we prefer, that it would be an image of you as the leader. We really want people to be able to see faces. It's just allows people to really be able to connect and recognize people. And so upload a nice picture of yourself in a horizontal kind of landscape format where people can see who you are and kind of connect to you in that way. The next thing that we'll look at is location. Here you can create a new location, enter kind of generally where you are. It's not going to give very specific directions like to your house or anything, but it's going to show a general area of where you are so that people can know generally what area the group is meeting in. If you're meeting online, you could put your Zoom link here and people would know. They can always go there and find it to be able to log on. You want to put your email, who's the primary person who's going to be in charge of answering any questions somebody might have about the group. You want to put that email there, and then a group description, which really want to make sure you're conveying the heart of the group, the vision of the group, what's involved. Is there a book that someone needs to buy? How can they buy it? Is childcare provided? It really try to answer as many of the questions that you know people might have about your group, so they can look at this page, get a really good idea of what's going to be happening in this group, and be able to make a decision based on that. So that's the settings. Again, as you're making things go, you want to make sure you hit the green save button as you go along. The next thing we want to look at is this events page. And this is really important. This not only helps make sure your group members know what time things are happening on a regular basis, or if you're doing a special event, but it also helps in terms of tracking attendance, which is very, very important for us as the LH Groups team, so that we can make sure we're making wise decisions about groups based off of real, accurate information. So you can create a new event by clicking this green button here, and then just fill out, a simple event name. It can really be the same thing as your name up here. What day is it starting? What time does it start? What time does it end? The end date should be that same date that it started. It's a one-day event. And then you want to make sure you click down here and select, are you meeting weekly, every other week, monthly? Yearly isn't really an option, but you want to pick one of those. And if you hit weekly, it's going to ask you, okay, when is it repeating to? When's the last day you're meeting? You don't have to do a description here, but whatever description you do here is what will be sent out in any event reminder that goes out via email to your small group. You can choose to have an event reminder go out anywhere between 1 to 10 days before your event takes place. That will just send out an email that gives kind of whatever information is in this description, and then it has an option for people to RSVP. Yes, I'm going to be there. No, I'm not going to be there. Maybe I will be there. You don't have to do that. If you don't want that reminder to go out, you can turn it off by clicking the little toggle switch there. But it can be helpful if you're trying to get an idea of who's coming at any given time, and also just to remind people of important information. Then you can just click Create Event, and that will create all the events between the start date you picked and the repeat until date that's selected there. And then you'll be able to see that it's going to show you, hey, this one starts on June 6th. Each little green dot represents an event, and you can see each event here. And as you take attendance, it's going to show you the status of that as you go down week to week as these events happen. So you'll be able to get a good idea of how many people have been attending and just kind of see the status of each event. When it comes to attendance, you will get a weekly reminder about 10 minutes before each group meeting starts. You'll get an email asking you to take attendance. Please do that weekly. If you missed the email or anything like that, you can always come here, click Take Attendance. It's just going to take you to a page where you just click off the names of the people that were there. If somebody new came, you have an opportunity to add them. You just hit Submit, and that turns it in, and then you're done. So that is generally what there is to know about the group page. And so take a look around. You can take a look at the resources section as well, where you can add files, or you can link to certain things if you have extra resources that pertain to your group topic or anything people might need to know. That will let them be able to see it. Another thing you can do on this page is see your public group page. So you can click this button right up here. That's going to take you to the group page. This is what people will see when they come to look at your group. And you can copy the URL there in the bar. You can copy that and paste that into social media to invite people or send people an email. but you can use that link to point people directly to your page. Again, thank you so much for leading a group this semester. If you have any questions, please let us know. Groups@lighthouse.church. Thank you very much.